Chapter 1. The Thompson household always transformed into a holiday wonderland every December, but this year felt extra special. Maybe it was the first snow that had blanketed the streets in glistening white, or maybe it was the way the smell of cinnamon and pine mingled with the faint whiff of Dad's holiday candle experiments. Whatever it was, the house buzzed with excitement. Mom was the first to start. She hung twinkling lights around the staircase, humming Christmas carols as she untangled a knot that had taken her at least 10 minutes to fix. "Every year," she muttered, "these lights conspire against me." Dad wandered past, holding a mug of steaming cocoa like a trophy. "They're not conspiring," he said, grinning. "They're just shy." Grandma June, in her usual apron that smelled faintly of nutmeg and lavender, was already at the kitchen counter, rolling out dough. "This year," she announced, "I shall defend my title as Cookie Queen. No one shall defeat me." Lily's jaw clenched. At 12, she had been trying to beat Grandma June for 3 years in the annual Thompson Cookie Contest. This year, victory was hers. Max, ever the chaos enthusiast, was mixing chocolate chips into a suspicious goo. "I call it the marshmallow snowman masterpiece," he said proudly. Sam, 3 years old and completely unconcerned with winning, kept stealing tastes of sugar dough whenever no one was looking. "You two behave," Lily warned her little brother, though she knew it was useless. She returned to her dough, carefully measuring flour with the precision of a scientist. "This year will be different," she whispered to herself. "This year I win." Mom clapped her hands. Time for decorations. The tree. She guided the kids to the living room, where a massive fir tree awaited. Ornaments were passed around like treasures, each with a story. Max tossed one onto a branch so hard it bounced off and landed under the couch. "Artistic expression," he declared. Dad shook his head, laughing. "If you break one more, Max, you'll be cleaning the entire living room. With your mouth." Max looked horrified but secretly thrilled by the challenge. Grandma June peeked over her glasses. "Lily, don't forget. Cookies first, decorations later. A wise baker never mixes priorities." Lily nodded solemnly, returning to her task. Her rolling pin moved in perfect rhythm, the dough yielding like it knew it had a destiny. Outside, snow began to fall softly, coating the neighborhood in a sparkling white blanket. Inside, the house glowed with warmth, lights reflecting off the ornaments and casting dancing shadows on the walls. The smell of cinnamon, sugar, and pine filled every corner. The Thompson family, each with their quirks and ambitions, felt the magic of Christmas in the air. And so, the Great Thompson Cookie Contest was officially underway. Lily clenched her fists. This year, she was going to win, no matter what it took. Chapter 2. The morning sunlight spilled through the kitchen windows, catching the dust motes in golden beams, and revealing the battlefield that was already taking shape on the counters. Bowls, measuring cups, and spilled sugar formed what Max proudly called a winter wonderland of chaos. Lily carefully measured her secret ingredients. This year, she was adding a pinch of cardamom to her cinnamon sugar cookies, convinced it would give her an edge over Grandma June. She glanced at her rolling pin like a general studying a battlefield. "Precision," she muttered under her breath, "will be the key." Meanwhile, Max had abandoned conventional baking entirely. On the counter lay a small army of chocolate-covered marshmallow snowmen, some leaning precariously, others already melting into sugary puddles. "Art is messy," he said, smearing chocolate on his cheek. "And genius sometimes collapses under pressure." Sam, of course, had his own plans. With a wooden spoon in hand, he declared, "Taste," and proceeded to sample every bowl, ignoring protests from Mom and Grandma June. Flour coated his cheeks like powdered sugar, giving him the look of a tiny, mischievous snow elf. Grandma June observed with an amused smile. "Lily, remember, it's not just the secret ingredient in the recipe, it's the secret ingredient in the heart." Lily rolled her eyes but inwardly noted that Grandma always knew how to make baking sound poetic. Mom moved between the chaos, dispensing guidance and gentle reminders. "Lily, remember to watch the oven temperature." "Max, no licking the chocolate off the counters." "Sam, yes, I see you. Please put the spoon down before you stir the cat." Max paused dramatically. That would ruin the artistic integrity. He plopped a marshmallow snowman into the oven anyway. Sam squealed, delighted, while Lily groaned. "You have to control the chaos," Lily whispered to herself, dusting flour from her hands. She carefully cut her dough into perfect stars, lining them up like soldiers ready for battle. Each cookie was meticulously spaced on the tray, her hope rising with every measured sprinkle of sugar. Grandma June's cookies were a vision of perfection, each gingerbread man adorned with icing details that could have been mistaken for miniature works of art. "Technique, my dears, is the heart of baking," she said, pressing her own dough into intricate shapes. Dad wandered into the kitchen, holding a mug of cocoa with a look of exaggerated seriousness. "I demand taste-testing privileges," he declared. "It is my civic duty as the official cookie judge." He took a bite of Lily's cinnamon cookies. "Promising, but not quite legendary," he said, nodding solemnly. Then he tried Grandma June's. His eyes widened. "Legendary indeed." Lily bit back a sigh. Max gave a mischievous grin. Sam clapped his sticky hands together, leaving handprints on the counter. "Good," he said. "All good." Mom shook her head, laughing. "This is why we do it every year. Not just for the cookies, but for the memories, the chaos, and apparently for Sam's taste-testing skills." By noon, the kitchen looked like a snowstorm had hit. Flour covered the counters, the floor, and suspiciously Max's hair. Sam held a cookie triumphantly over his head, as if it were a trophy. Lily's meticulously arranged stars sat in the oven, baking to a perfect golden brown. Grandma June polished her gingerbread men with a delicate hand, watching the clock with a satisfied smile. As the sweet aroma of baking filled the house, Lily realized something. It wasn't just about beating Grandma June. It was about the laughter, the chaos, the little moments of triumph and disaster that made this family holiday tradition magical. Still, she was determined to win. The secret ingredient might be in the heart, but in Lily's heart, victory was also at stake. Chapter 3. By mid-afternoon, the Thompson kitchen had officially transformed into what Lily privately called a culinary war zone. Flour coated every surface like fresh snow, and stray sprinkles clung to the countertops, the floor, and suspiciously the dog. Max had abandoned any pretense of order. His chocolate-covered marshmallow snowmen were teetering precariously on the edge of trays, some already oozing into unrecognizable blobs. "Max!" Lily shouted, dodging a flying marshmallow. "Those aren't snowmen. They're disasters waiting to happen." Max grinned, holding up a melted creation like a trophy. "Disasters can be beautiful too," he said, licking a smear of chocolate from his finger. Sam, 3 years old and entirely unconcerned about the concept of order, joined in by dumping a cup of flour into his mixing bowl, and promptly sneezing, sending white clouds into the air. Lily coughed, waving her hands in front of her face, but Grandma June only chuckled. "You see, Lily," Grandma said, kneading her gingerbread dough with calm precision. "Chaos is part of the process. Baking is an adventure, not a science experiment. Sometimes, you just have to embrace it." Lily narrowed her eyes. "Embrace it," she says, while her gingerbread men don't fall over. She tried to focus on her cookies, carefully pressing the dough into neat star shapes. But a wayward splash of chocolate from Max's tray landed squarely on one of her stars. She sighed. "Why is everything going wrong?" Dad wandered in with a mug of cocoa and a dramatic flourish. "Ah, the epic battle of dough and chaos continues. I demand a taste testing." He dove into a batch of Lily's cinnamon stars. Very promising," he said, nodding sagely. Then he tried Max's melted marshmallow monstrosities. "Ah, abstract art," he added with a theatrical grimace. Sam clapped, delighted that his brother's disaster was being called art. Mom intervened, hands on her hips. "I think we need some order before this kitchen becomes a crime scene. Lily, you manage your station. Max, stop whatever you're doing. Sam, put the spoon down before you stir the cat again." The cat, conveniently ignoring all commands, was now crouched under the table, watching the chaos with suspicious disdain. Sam giggled. "Kitty, help," he said, trying to get the cat to stir. Despite the mayhem, Lily noticed something magical. Flour dusted the sunlight streaming through the window, and the kitchen smelled like sugar, cinnamon, and chocolate, a scent that somehow made the chaos feel cozy. Max's snowmen, though melting, had an odd charm. Sam's antics, though messy, were impossibly endearing. Even Dad's cocoa-fueled commentary added a ridiculous charm to the scene. Grandma June leaned over to Lily. "See, it's not about perfect cookies. It's about perfect moments. Even disasters can be sweet." Lily blinked at her, trying to absorb the wisdom while simultaneously wrestling a runaway tray of stars sliding toward the floor. With a heroic leap, she caught it, but not before a sprinkle of sugar showered over her head. She groaned, but then laughed. The sound was contagious. Max snickered, Sam squealed, and even Dad chuckled so hard he nearly dropped his cocoa. By the time the timer chimed for the first batch, the kitchen looked like a winter storm had hit. Spatulas, mixing bowls, and cookie cutters were scattered everywhere. Flour dusted the counters and floor. Max's snowman had collapsed into chocolate puddles. Sam was sticky from head to toe, holding up a single, slightly burnt cookie in triumph. Lily looked around and realized, despite the chaos, something important was happening. This messy, stressful, absurd, was what made Christmas special. The contest wasn't just about winning, it was about family, laughter, and memories. Still, she vowed that when the tasting came, her cookies would shine. Chaos might rule the kitchen, but victory would be hers. Chapter 4. By late afternoon, the initial chaos of the cookie contest had begun to settle into a kind of controlled madness. Flour dusted the counters like fresh snow. Max's chocolate puddles had hardened into sticky sculptures, and Sam, now coated in every conceivable baking ingredient, had claimed a corner of the kitchen as his taste-testing station. Grandma June, ever the calm eye in the storm, leaned against the counter and began humming an old tune. "You know," she said, rolling a piece of dough between her palms, "this reminds me of the Christmas of 1968. Your grandfather, he tried to make gingerbread houses." She paused for dramatic effect, and ended up gluing the cat to the roof. Lily froze mid-rolling pin motion. "He glued the cat?" Grandma June chuckled. "Oh yes, it was chaos. But somehow, the house stood, the cat was fine, and we laughed for days. Baking is about more than cookies. It's about the stories you make along the way." Max leaned over a tray of melting marshmallow snowmen. "So, if my snowmen collapse, it just becomes a story?" "Exactly," Grandma June said with a smile. "And stories are what make memories magical." Mom moved behind Lily, dusting her hands with flour. "Your grandmother is right. Remember, the cookies aren't what people will remember. They'll remember the laughter, the silly mistakes, the way Sam tried to stir the cat. All of it." Sam squealed, holding up a spatula like a sword. I stir. The cat, now wisely perched on the refrigerator, regarded him with judgmental eyes. Dad entered the scene carrying cocoa, sprinkling a bit of cinnamon on top with flair. Ah, the perfect beverage for a kitchen of chaos. Taste testing round 2. He offered a sip to Max, who declined, claiming his marshmallow snowman needed moral support, not chocolate. Lily finally paused, leaning on her rolling pin. For the first time all day, she looked around the room and noticed something beautiful. Max's artistic disasters were oddly charming. Sam's sticky enthusiasm was contagious. Grandma June's calm wisdom created a sense of warmth that no perfect cookie could match. "I guess, it doesn't really matter if my cookies win," Lily admitted quietly to Mom. "Maybe it's just fun being here with everyone." Mom ruffled her hair. "Exactly. That's what Christmas is really about." Grandma June nodded, pressing a perfectly shaped gingerbread man onto a tray. "It's about family, about togetherness, about making memories, even when things go wrong. And believe me, things always go wrong in the kitchen." Max, overhearing, said dramatically, "Then we are truly having the best Christmas ever, complete with chaos, chocolate disasters, and questionable life choices." Sam clapped gleefully. "Best Christmas." Even Dad laughed, raising his mug of cocoa. To the Thompson family, the champions of chaos and love. The sun began to set, casting a golden glow through the frosted windows. The smell of cinnamon, sugar, chocolate, and pine filled every corner of the house. Lily felt a sense of peace she hadn't expected amid the mess. And yet, somewhere in the back of her mind, she still wanted to win. Not badly enough to ruin the day, but enough to see her carefully crafted cookies shine on the judging plate. For now, though, the contest could wait. Stories were being shared, laughter echoed through the kitchen, and Sam had successfully convinced the cat to sit on the counter long enough for another taste test. Did I end the chaos? Lily realized something important. The cookies weren't the point. The point was the family, the love, the laughter, and the sweet, sticky, wonderfully messy magic of Christmas. And as Grandma June told another story of a Christmas past, Lily smiled. knowing these were the memories she would cherish far longer than any trophy or cookie crown. Chapter 5. The kitchen table was set like a miniature holiday banquet hall. Plates of cookies, each a testament to creativity, chaos, or sheer perseverance, lined the center. Lily's cinnamon sugar stars gleamed with perfection. Grandma June's gingerbread men looked ready for a magazine spread. Max's marshmallow snowmen wobbled precariously on their trays, and Sam proudly held up a single lopsided sugar cookie that looked more like a blob than a cookie. Dad clapped his hands for attention. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. The official taste testing. Let the judging commence. Mom leaned back, arms crossed, trying not to laugh. Remember, we judge with love, and maybe a little honesty. Lily carefully placed her cookies on a decorative plate, feeling a surge of pride. They looked perfect, smelled divine, and she had sprinkled them with just the right amount of sugar. This was her year. Grandma June, meanwhile, arranged her gingerbread men in military formation, each smiling with precision. Max grinned, offering his marshmallow snowman with a dramatic flourish. Art is subjective, he said. Judge with your hearts. Sam, oblivious to the stakes, bounced up and down. Eat mine. Eat mine. Dad picked up the first cookie, Lily's cinnamon star, and took a bite, closing his eyes for dramatic effect. Ah, very promising, he declared. Crisp, perfect spice balance. But he tilted his head. It's missing a touch of magic. Lily's jaw clenched. A touch of magic? Was he criticizing her? Next, Dad tried Grandma June's gingerbread man. He bit into it and paused. His eyes widened. Legendary, he said finally, nodding slowly, as if he'd just uncovered a national treasure. Lily tried not to frown, but it was difficult. Mom picked up Max's wobbly snowman. She hesitated, giving it a careful sniff, then bit into it. Her face twisted in confusion. It's unique. Definitely unique. Very creative. Max bowed deeply. Sam squealed in delight. Creative. Creative. Finally, it was Sam's turn. He placed his lopsided sugar cookie on a tiny plate and held it up proudly. Everyone exchanged skeptical glances. It was more blob than cookie, covered in uneven sprinkles and sticky frosting. Dad hesitated, then took a bite. Mom followed. And then something remarkable happened. Their eyes lit up. Delightful. Dad exclaimed. Sweet, simple, and surprisingly delicious. Grandma June leaned back, smiling warmly. Sometimes, she said softly, it's the simplest things that bring the most joy. Lily blinked, staring at Sam's crooked little cookie. He beamed at her, eyes shining with pride. And suddenly she understood. Winning wasn't about perfection or technique, it was about heart. And Sam's cookie had heart in overflowing quantities. Max, seeing the family's reaction, gave a theatrical bow. And thus the underdog triumphs, he announced. Sam clapped and giggled, spinning in a circle with cookie in hand. That Lily's initial disappointment melted. She glanced at Grandma June, who winked knowingly. It's not always about winning, Lily. It's about enjoying the moment and sharing it with family. The laughter that followed was warm and unrestrained. Even Dad, who had taken his role as serious judge very seriously, couldn't stop chuckling at Max's melting marshmallow disasters and Sam's sticky masterpiece. By the end of the tasting, there was no clear winner. Each cookie brought a different kind of joy. Lily's for precision, Grandma June's for tradition, Max's for creativity, and Sam's for pure, unfiltered love. The Great Thompson Cookie Contest had reached its conclusion, and the kitchen hummed with happiness. Flour dusted, chocolate smeared, and sticky-fingered, the family realized something important. It wasn't about whose cookie was best, it was about the memories they made while baking together. And as the last crumbs were shared and hot cocoa refilled, Lily smiled, knowing she had already won in the most important way. Chapter 6. After the official taste testing, the kitchen settled into a rare quiet. Plates had been cleared, but the lingering smell of sugar, cinnamon, and chocolate still filled the air. Lily leaned against the counter, a small smile on her face. Even though Grandma June's gingerbread men had technically won the taste test, there was a warmth in the room that no judgment could measure. Max, never one to sit still, examined the aftermath of his marshmallow snowman. A few sticky puddles remained on the counter. Art, as always, is misunderstood in its own time, he declared solemnly, holding up a half-melted blob. Sam clapped. Art, he said proudly, pointing at the gooey mess. Then Sam, beaming like he'd just discovered a treasure, ran over to Lily. "Try mine. Magic cookie," he shouted, holding out his single, slightly burnt sugar cookie. Lily hesitated, still thinking of the magic comment Dad had made earlier. But something in Sam's eager face made her laugh. Taking the cookie gently, Lily broke off a tiny piece. It was sweet, simple, and surprisingly delicious. She blinked, her taste buds delighted. "Wow, Sam, this really is magical," she said softly. Grandma June appeared behind her, smiling. "You see, Lily? Sometimes the smallest, simplest efforts carry the most joy. That little heart of his," she tapped Sam's head affectionately, "is the real secret ingredient." Sam puffed up proudly, as if crowned king of Christmas. "Mine best," he shouted, hugging his cookie like a trophy. Even Max grinned, clearly impressed, though he refused to admit it aloud. Dad stepped in, lifting his mug of cocoa in a mock salute. "Hear, hear. A surprise victory for the youngest competitor. A toast to creativity, heart, and lopsided cookies." He took a sip and winked at Sam. "Legendary indeed." Mom laughed, brushing flour off her apron. "I think we've all learned something today. Perfection isn't everything. Sometimes love, effort, and enthusiasm matter far more than fancy techniques or exact measurements." Lily nodded thoughtfully. She glanced at her meticulously crafted cinnamon stars, then at Grandma June's gingerbread men, Max's marshmallow blobs, and Sam's sticky masterpiece. Each cookie told a story, not just of skill, but of family, laughter, and shared moments. Max, never missing an opportunity for drama, placed a tiny snowman beside Sam's cookie. "See? Art and magic together," he declared. Sam beamed, hugging both cookies in a sticky embrace. Grandma June chuckled. "This is exactly what Christmas is about. Unexpected surprises, laughter, and finding joy in the little things." Lily realized she hadn't even minded losing the contest. The real victory was the happiness radiating from her family. Sam's delight, Max's silly pride, Grandma June's calm wisdom, Mom's gentle guidance, and Dad's endless theatrical commentary. These were the memories she would carry far longer than any title or award. As the sun dipped lower outside, casting golden light through the frosted windows, the family gathered around the kitchen table. They sipped cocoa, nibbled on cookies, and laughed together, savoring not just the sweetness of sugar but the sweetness of shared moments. Even Max's chocolate blobs received their fair share of attention, though mostly from Sam and the family dog. Lily caught Sam sneaking a bite of Max's mess and couldn't help laughing. "See?" Grandma June said softly, watching them. "Magic happens in the most unexpected ways." And for the first time that day, Lily truly understood. Magic wasn't in perfect cookies or winning a contest. Magic was in the laughter, in the chaos, and in the love that filled the Thompson kitchen every Christmas. With sticky fingers, warm hearts, and the scent of cookies lingering in the air, they all knew this would be a Christmas to remember. A Christmas sweeter than any sugar, richer than any frosting, and brighter than any star on the tree. Chapter 7 Evening had fallen over the Thompson household, and outside, snowflakes drifted lazily, blanketing the neighborhood in sparkling white. Inside, the kitchen glowed warmly, filled with the aroma of cinnamon, chocolate, and pine from the freshly decorated tree. The cookie contest had ended, but its spirit lingered, leaving the family with sticky fingers, full hearts, and laughter that seemed to echo in every corner. Lily sat at the table, tracing the rim of her cocoa mug with a finger. She glanced at the plate of her cinnamon stars, now half-eaten, and felt a surprising sense of peace. For the first time, she didn't mind losing. Grandma June's gingerbread men had technically been the best, yes, but Sam's lopsided sugar cookie had brought more joy than any perfect creation could. Max, still theatrically surveying his marshmallow disaster zone, declared, "Art is subjective, heart is objective, and chaos is priceless." Sam clapped enthusiastically. "Chaos. Magic." Dad, settling into his chair with cocoa in hand, looked around the room. "You know, the judging was important, but I think the real winner here," he paused, eyes twinkling, "is family. And maybe Sam's cookie because it's just too adorable to beat." Mom laughed, brushing flour from her sleeve. "He's right. Winning doesn't always mean having the best cookie. It means enjoying the time together, creating memories, and laughing at the disasters along the way." Grandma June nodded, her eyes soft with affection. "Every Christmas we spend together, every story, every mess, every melted marshmallow. It all becomes part of the magic. That is the true meaning of Christmas. Lily looked around at her family, Max, still trying to fix one of his snowmen, Sam proudly licking frosting off his fingers, Mom and Dad exchanging amused glances, and Grandma June smiling knowingly, and felt a warmth that had nothing to do with cocoa or cookies. This, she realized, was the real victory: love, laughter, and the joy of being together. Max, of course, couldn't resist one last dramatic proclamation. I hereby declare that the Great Thompson Cookie Contest will go down in history as the most chaotic, chocolate-fueled, magical Christmas ever. Sam cheered, waving a sticky hand in the air. Lily laughed, shaking her head. You're ridiculous, you know that? And yet, I am historically accurate, Max replied solemnly. The family laughed together, the kind of laughter that lingered in the air long after it faded, wrapping them in warmth. Outside, the snow continued to fall, soft and sparkling, a perfect backdrop to the cozy chaos within. As they cleared the last crumbs from the table, Grandma June placed a gentle hand on Lily's shoulder. Remember, it's not about winning or losing. It's about the moments, the love, and the memories we make together. Those are the sweetest things of all. Lily smiled, looking at Sam, who was now perched on a chair, holding his victory cookie like a golden trophy. She realized that even the messy, chaotic moments, the spilled flour, the melting snowmen, the lopsided cookies, were precious. They were part of a story she would remember forever. Dad raised his mug one last time. To the Thompson family, may our chaos always be sweet, our cookies always be shared, and our hearts always be full. The family clinked mugs, the warmth of cocoa and love mingling in perfect harmony. That night, as the snow continued to fall and the lights of the tree twinkled, the Thompson family sat together, sticky, tired, and happy. They knew that Christmas wasn't about perfection or winning contests. It was about togetherness, laughter, and love. And in that quiet, magical moment, Lily understood that this, truly, was the sweetest Christmas of all. Chapter 8. The sun peeked over the snow-covered rooftops, casting a soft golden glow across the Thompson household. Inside, the scent of pine and lingering cookie sweetness filled every corner. Lily stirred under her blanket, hearing the muffled sounds of excitement from the living room. It was Christmas morning, the most magical time of the year. She slipped out of bed and tiptoed toward the tree, which sparkled with ornaments, tinsel, and lights reflecting like tiny stars. Beneath it, gifts were stacked neatly, their colorful wrapping paper glowing warmly in the morning light. Sam was already sitting in front of the tree, clutching the last of his sugar cookies like a treasure. Lily, look. Magic cookie, he exclaimed, crumbs decorating his cheeks. Max appeared behind her, rubbing his eyes and holding a half-melted snowman. Morning, he said dramatically. I've been guarding the marshmallow remains. Grandma June and Mom were bustling in the kitchen, preparing a simple Christmas breakfast. The smell of pancakes, cinnamon, and hot cocoa mingled perfectly with the faint traces of cookie sugar from yesterday's chaos. Dad wandered in with a mug of cocoa, still in his pajamas, declaring, "Ah, the calm after the storm, or is it just the calm before more chaos?" The family gathered around the table, laughing and exchanging small gifts. Lily received a new set of baking utensils from Mom, perfectly sized for her determination and creativity. Max received a sketchbook and colored pens, along with a note from Dad. For your artistic disasters, they're actually masterpieces. Sam got a tiny rolling pin of his own, which he immediately tested on the nearest plate. Breakfast was a joyous mess. Pancakes occasionally landed on the floor, cocoa spilled slightly, and Sam insisted on feeding Max a pancake piece at gunpoint. Lily couldn't help laughing, realizing how perfectly chaotic her family's Christmas mornings always were. After breakfast, they bundled up in coats, scarves, and mittens. Snow crunched beneath their boots as they ventured outside. The neighborhood glowed with twinkling lights reflecting off the fresh snow, and their breaths puffed clouds in the crisp winter air. Sam tried to catch snowflakes on his tongue, while Max attempted to build a snow fort that looked suspiciously like a leaning tower. Lily looked at her family, her heart swelling. Grandma June smiled gently, Dad laughed boisterously, Mom carried Sam, and Max was already negotiating snowball diplomacy with the neighbor kids. For a moment, everything felt perfectly magical, even in the midst of harmless chaos. Later they returned inside, cheeks rosy and hair dusted with snow, to a plate of leftover cookies. Lily handed Sam a star-shaped cinnamon cookie. "Here, little chef," she said. Sam's eyes lit up. Magic cookie, he cheered, hugging it tightly. Grandma June placed a gentle hand on Lily's shoulder. See, dear? The best parts of Christmas aren't the presents or the perfect cookies. They're these little moments. Laughter, love, and being together. That's the magic. Lily nodded, savoring the thought. She glanced around the warm, glowing room, at sticky fingers, happy faces, and sparkling lights. For the first time, she truly understood the meaning of Christmas. And as the Thompson family sat together, eating cookies, drinking cocoa, and laughing at Max's snow fort disasters, Lily realized that these memories, sweet, chaotic, and magical, would last far longer than any award or prize. Outside, snow continued to fall softly, a sparkling curtain around the house. Inside, the Thompson family was wrapped in warmth, laughter, and love, the true magic of Christmas. And in that moment, every cookie mishap, every marshmallow disaster, every lopsided sugar blob from Sam, felt perfectly, wonderfully, and absolutely right. This Christmas, they had it all: chaos, sweetness, laughter, and each other. And that, Lily knew, was the sweetest victory of all.